Hello, Fort Worth, and greetings, world. Welcome to Global Entrepreneurship Week Fort Worth 2020. We've been working really hard for the last 12 months to bring this incredible event to you. My name is Marco Johnson. I'm the Sparkyard Network Builder at the UNT Health Science Center.
Hi, I'm Megan Wright, professor at Texas Wesleyan University. If this is your first time at Global Entrepreneurship Week, we say welcome. We're so glad you're here. If you're returning, it's great to see you again and welcome back. Global Entrepreneurship Week is a week-long event of activities and competitions each November that inspires millions globally to embrace their entrepreneurial potential while fostering connections and building their entrepreneurial ecosystem.
This year, we're really excited to bring you more than 70 sessions that are taking place on this virtual hop-in platform over the next 5 days, featuring more than 100 speakers from a variety of countries all over the world. We have sessions in 3 languages, including English, Spanish, and Vietnamese, and we have some special events that we'll feature, including our expo hall and a virtual startup crawl where you'll be able to interact and meet local startups.
We want you to have an amazing experience this week at Global Entrepreneurship Week. For that reason, we've set up a help desk to help you if you experience any technical difficulties or challenges along the way with Hop-In. Please send us an email at gewfortworth@gmail.com.
And now we're excited to show you a welcome video from Jonathan Ortmans. He's the founder and CEO of the Global Entrepreneurship Network, which is the organization responsible for putting on GEW every year. If you didn't know, Global Entrepreneurship Week is featured in more than 180 countries around the world every year and engages more than 10 million people across 40,000 events. So without any further delay, take it away, Jonathan.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Ortmans, and I'm president of Global Entrepreneurship Week, and thrilled to be joining you in Cowtown, or shall I call you guys Funky Town, for Global Entrepreneurship Week. I promised Cameron and team that I would be there in person this year, but alas, it's a common refrain for so many of us, but delighted to be with you here via camera the best we can. We are so proud of everything that Fort Worth is doing. My gosh, if you made yourself such a startup-friendly ecosystem, it's become a very inclusive ecosystem, one that models some of the best principles of community building and of trying to get the right pieces in place that make it possible to remove barriers to entrepreneurs as they want to take risks and start and scale firms. Of course, entrepreneurs right now are absolutely front and center, the most important priority for our cities, our states, our country, and indeed for economies around the world. You know, entrepreneurs, of course, why are we suited right now to take this leadership role? Well, first of all, I'm a little dismayed at the lack of leadership that we've seen in addressing the pandemic generally from a global perspective. You know, we have one common enemy, a virus that clearly was impacting every human being on the planet. And yet somehow we didn't really come together and give a global response. And so as we're now embarking upon Global Entrepreneurship Week in 180 countries, we are now encouraging communities across the planet to work together. You know, national boundaries and state boundaries are as porous to innovation as they are to viruses. And so we hope that collectively we can be bigger than the sum of the parts. But none of that really makes sense if you don't have a healthy, thriving local ecosystem that's inclusive and that focuses on how do we think smarter? How do we capitalize on the opportunities in front of us? And you know, entrepreneurs are, of course, very used to disruption. In fact, I often think during times of disruption, whether it be war or natural disasters or indeed pandemics, it's really our entrepreneurs that can lead us, that can help us pivot with the pandemic, can lead us out of the pandemic, because entrepreneurs are comfortable with uncertainty, with a lack of predictability. Of course, they're not just the dreamers and the risk takers, they're also the doers and the makers, as often, I think, highlighted from our fearless partner, the Kauffman Foundation, as critical characteristics that make entrepreneurs well suited to lead us in this next phase of our national challenge, which is how do we rebuild our economies? How do we regenerate a lot of the lost jobs? And how do we really take our ecosystems and have them lead in bringing us back to an even healthier environment? And I think Fort Worth has done a tremendous job in doing this. Of course, we're also very proud of your GEW campaign. I know you've had over 2,000 people and 50 events in just the 3 years that you've been doing it. And I really hope that next year, at least, we'll be back and be able to witness things in person. But I want to thank everybody, because I cannot think of a more important time in history for us to be coming together as an ecosystem and looking out upon our community and saying, how do we inspire more citizens to consider the path of entrepreneurship? Because, that's the whole history of Global Entrepreneurship Week. It was about figuring out how do we light the candle in more of the hearts and minds of particularly young people, but people across our communities, to get them to say just maybe they could see themselves in some of those role model entrepreneurs that we put up during GEW on the stage. Maybe they might just think that, maybe it's a little bit less about spreadsheets, marketing, and profit. And it's all about figuring out new ways of doing things, of conducting experiments, bringing teams together, and coming up with answers. And these are things that are done well with truly diverse communities that bring together our creative parts of our community with indeed some of our business parts of our community. And we are just so proud that Fort Worth has once again decided to take a leadership role, and we'll certainly be highlighting this not just around the United States, but on the global stage. So I want to wish you a great GEW. Thanks for letting me join you, and take this moment to seize the opportunity, take the fact that public opinion is changing fast, and let's shed the spotlight on those startups that can be the vehicles for accelerating innovation in the areas that our nation needs it most. So thanks for letting me join you. Have a great GEW, and we'll see you on the flip side. Thanks.
Now that you've heard from the thought leader of GEW, we're excited to introduce you to the local sponsors here in Fort Worth and around the Metroplex that have helped us make this virtual GEW Fort Worth a reality.
Hello, I'm Robert Stearns, Director of Economic Development for the City of Fort Worth, and welcome to Global Entrepreneurship Week Fort Worth. As small businesses have continued to grow in our community, we recognize the value of entrepreneurship and a robust local ecosystem. This is especially important now with so many businesses suffering due to the impacts of a worldwide pandemic. GEW's enhanced city programming not only helps nurture our growing entrepreneurial ecosystem, but helps Fort Worth achieve each of the goals laid out in our Economic Development Strategic Plan. GEW's creation of a strong ecosystem attracts creative entrepreneurs who embrace innovation, diversity, new ways of thinking, and new ways of doing business. The organizational support for a strong ecosystem helps build strong local neighborhoods and communities, bolstering anchor businesses, and engaging a wide and diverse business community. I want to personally thank you for joining us at GEW today, and I want to thank the organizing committee for all their work in developing a unique event this year. The City of Fort Worth is proud to sponsor GEW 2020, and I look forward to the day we can all meet in person.
Do you know what optimism can do? Whatever it wants. That's its whole thing. Optimism makes the impossible inevitable. It can put families back on their feet and make Davids throw rocks at Goliaths. And no matter how many times the world says we aren't good enough, we won't make it, we can't succeed, optimism will find a way forward and say we are, we will, we can. We believe that optimism can change the world. And with your help, we're going to prove it.
And now let's take a few minutes to talk about the 5 themes that we're overviewing this week during Global Entrepreneurship Week. Members of our organizing team will be presenting each of them. Let's start with Devin.
Hi everyone, my name is Emma Peplo and I'm the Program Manager at Tech Fort Worth. I'm so excited that you're here today to celebrate Global Entrepreneurship Week Fort Worth. The very first theme of the week that we want to talk about is Entrepreneurship 101. This theme is going to talk all about the resources, events, and people that are available to you to help you successfully plan, launch, and grow your business at any stage that you're at. We're going to have incredible entrepreneurs to talk about their entrepreneurial journey, along with so many different events. In fact, we have 55 different events that fit into the Entrepreneurship 101 category, so there are lots to tune into. Some of the ones that you should definitely highlight are the State of Entrepreneurship, which is held every year during Global Entrepreneurship Week. And then we also have a highlight of Music Entrepreneurship held by Amplify 817. Tech Fort Worth is going to be talking about global entrepreneurship with an interview with a founder, and he's going to be talking about health, behavior, and technology. People Fund is going to be talking about the business fundamentals that you need to know when you're starting a company. And then Entrepreneur is going to be talking about automation hacks. So there's so many different events that you can tune into, but I'll kick it off to Tamara to talk about the next theme.
Hello everyone, I'm Tamara Payne with Ensemble Co-working. Thank you for joining us for Global Entrepreneurship Week Fort Worth. I'm excited to tell you about the Main Street North Texas theme. This is all about celebrating local entrepreneurship by shining the spotlight on startups and small businesses right in our own backyard. Right after this, you don't want to miss a town hall with our very own Mayor, Betsy Price. She'll be talking about entrepreneurship in Fort Worth. Wednesday afternoon, you get to attend Fort Worth's first all-virtual startup crawl. You'll meet the innovators, the creatives, the starters, and the get stuff doners building the entrepreneurial ecosystem in North Texas. You'll join us in the expo hall to explore the interactive booths where you can learn more about local businesses and even meet the founders. When you think about Main Street, do you think about kids? Well, creating entrepreneurs at an early age leads to flourishing businesses on Main Street later on. So don't forget to check out the Entrepreneurship for Kids session. I hope you enjoy this entire week of events, and I hope to connect with you really soon.
Hello everyone, my name is Goran Kandia and I'm the CEO and founder of Gazella. We are thrilled to be the official logistics sponsor of GEW for the second year in a row.
We started Alto with a simple mission: to safely deliver the world's most precious cargo, you and your family. We built our company to deliver you the safest, most consistent, highest quality passenger experience in the world. We've always set the standard for safety with background checked and drug tested employees, not contractors. Every Alto is a company-owned vehicle, which is cleaned and maintained daily, and we monitor each trip with secure cloud-based video. Recently, while you've been staying safe at home, we've been working to deliver the things you need most. Behind the scenes, we're also working hard so that when you're ready to ride again, we'll be ready to. Each vehicle in the fleet is outfitted with a custom protective barrier between the driver and passenger compartment, and also has a HEPA air cabin filter which removes 99.9% of airborne particles. In addition to our daily deep cleaning procedures, which use EPA-registered disinfectants, our drivers are disinfecting high-touch surfaces in the vehicle between each trip. And all of our vehicles have been treated with PermaSafe. PermaSafe is an EPA-registered, hospital-grade sanitizing mist that kills 99.9% of bacteria and viruses, including emerging pathogens like COVID-19. The PermaSafe product forms a covalent bond with every surface in the vehicle, creating an invisible antimicrobial shield that kills germs on contact for a full 3 months. Alto drivers are the safest in the industry. As employees, all drivers undergo temperature checks before each shift and use company-provided masks and gloves in every ride and delivery. We know movement is critical to our society. We need to move around again to move forward. So when you're ready, we're ready.
My name is Courtney Torres, and I am the Special Programs Coordinator at Innovation and Commercialization at the University of Texas at Arlington. As UTA's Tech Transfer Office, it's our vision and our mission to bring innovation to life. Join us this week as we present sessions such as UTA Maverick Startup Stories, the good, the bad, and the messy, as we explore the economic impacts on emerging technologies and innovations.
Hi everyone, I'm Amber Yerman with the DEC Network, and it's my turn to welcome you all to Global Entrepreneurship Week Fort Worth with an overview of my favorite GEW theme, inclusion. We believe that your race, your age, your gender, who you love, or where you live should never be an obstacle to entrepreneurship. So we want to celebrate some of the startup champions who are eliminating barriers and creating solutions for underserved populations. Join us for global perspectives on the link between diversity and innovation. Check out Urban Entrepreneurship, a session which explores the plight of Blacks in business. We have 3 sessions of the Power of We, celebrating women entrepreneurs, and you can join the Fort Worth Hispanic Chamber of Commerce for a virtual coffee to meet some of their team and their members. Thank you all for coming. I hope you have a great time. Over to you, Cameron.
One of the themes of Global Entrepreneurship Week is funding. At some point, almost every business will need some sort of funding to get that business off the ground or cross a hurdle to get to that next level. And we wanted to focus on how to help you and your company raise the funds necessary to help your business succeed. So there's a few events that we've got planned this week, whether you're raising angel capital, seed capital, venture capital, bank loans, credit cards, or you're going to bootstrap the whole thing. It doesn't matter. We've got a little bit of something for everybody. And if you're not sure what any of those terms mean, we've got some events to help you understand that as well. The first event I want to highlight is about seed funding. Seed Funding 101 with Andrew Kusmal. He's a local startup lawyer, and his discussion is going to happen right after this event at 10 a.m. So stay tuned for that one to learn everything you need to know about how to raise seed funding and how to get your business off the ground. The next one Andrew Kusmal is going to run is one about the term sheet and important things you need to know about a term sheet. If you're not sure what a term sheet is, this is definitely the panel for you. That'll run Wednesday at 9:30. Important things you need to know in a term sheet. The next one is from our friends at People Fund. Tuesday at 11:30, they're going to be hosting an event on business fundamentals, planning, funding, and operating. They'll teach you everything you need to know about how to do those 3 things in your startup and in your business. The last one I want to highlight for you is called Advice from Angels. Angel investors are high net worth individuals that like to invest in early stage technologies and early stage startups, but they're usually looking for something very specific. So tune into this panel to figure out how an angel looks at a deal, what they are looking for, and how they might fund your business, and also probably some mistakes that you don't want to make when you're asking angels for funding in your own company. And that one will run Thursday at 1, Advice from Angels. Good luck in funding your startups, and thanks for joining us at Global Entrepreneurship Week Fort Worth.
Hopefully you are as excited as we are to kick off GEW Fort Worth 2020. Before the sessions begin, we just want to again say thank you for being here.
While you're attending sessions this week, please remember to engage in the chat rooms on Hopin. And definitely take photos and post to social media. Our hashtags are GEW FW and GEW FW 2020. And as always, if you encounter any problems during the week, email us at gewfortworth@gmail.com.
And without further ado, we officially declare GEW Fort Worth 2020 kicked off. Have a great week, everybody.